Hi everyone, Dave Ramsey with Trimec. Wanted to take just a minute to talk to you about how we can utilize the replace entities command to preserve downstream references in our SOLIDWORKS models. So what we're going to do first is we're going to talk about what downstream references are and how we work with them. We'll also look at how we replace those references, and ultimately we'll look at using the replace entities command and save ourselves a whole lot of work. So let's jump into the software and see how it works. In this instance, let's look at the scenario of the outlet cover we have in front of us. As you can see, we have a flat top face on that. And that flat top face was originally created in the first boss extrude that we made. Now, whenever we're considering our references for face IDs on our parts, it's important to know where they come from. In this case, the sketch that created that boss extrude, this line, this entity right here is what defines that face that we end up with in the 3D model. And if I wanted to put a curved face on this part, this would be where I would have to do it. I'd have to come in and place my arc. And then just make that other line construction. Now I'm back to a single closed profile. And if I exit my sketch, you'll notice now I get a new face. It's a curved face. But that new curved face now has a different ID than the flat planar face that was created prior to it. So now when we go and look at the rest of our features, any feature that referenced that prior planar face now has somewhat of an issue because now there's kind of an edge missing. So we can actually fix this if we want to all manually. If we come into our features and change them, you can see where that missing edge would have been. And to complete this command, I just need to basically select the next edge, right? The new edge that would have formed that chamfer. All right, same thing on the back end, and we can fix that. And then as far as the rest of these features, they were using an offset from surface. Well, with a new curved face, now that surface has changed. So essentially, I just need to reassociate each of those features with the required surface. You can see we can fix them pretty quick. Not hard work, but quite a bit of work. And you can imagine if our feature tree was quite long, that could be a lot of work. So let's look at now what the replace entities command can do for us. So opening up the same model, what I want to do now is actually come back to the exact same point in my design. I'm going to come back to the same sketch, back where we created that original face. This time, however, what I'm going to do is I am going to draw the same arc with the same dimension, but instead of simply making this line construction, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invoke the replace entities command, and I want to replace this entity with this arc. Right, I'm going to make the one that I'm replacing construction, and once I say OK to that command, you'll notice the sketch looks exactly the same. The big change here is SOLIDWORKS has identified the downstream references from that last edge that was creating the face to my new edge that creates my new curved face. So now as I roll my rollback bar to the bottom, notice all of those features come back because SOLIDWORKS has rebuilt those downstream references. So whenever you're going to make a big change in your model, if it is fundamental as far as to the base geometry, always consider using replace entity to save yourself some work downstream. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great day.